So you got sugar cravings, huh? Well, that sucks. One of you guys decided to write me. Too lazy to look up who it did, who wrote this, but they asked me how I deal with the fucking sugar cravings. Well, it's real easy. Just fucking eat the sugary shit that you want to eat. I have never been about controlling what you eat in this whole dietary fucking process. I control when you eat. That's it. Just it's about how often you eat. Really is what it boils down to. And through that you're making your calorie deficit. Now, leaving that aside, if you're sitting down with a fucking dozen donuts and you eating a dozen donuts, you're probably going to have to fast for quite a long time after that to not gain weight, let alone lose weight. So I don't recommend sitting down and just going fucking hog wild. I don't really do that. I do eat a lot of sweets. I do eat a lot of junk. And I'm still, losing weight. It has slowed down. Like I've said before, the lower you get, like I've lost 50 pounds, but probably a pound every couple weeks is about all I can look forward. I'm plateaued at 50 pounds right now. I've been hovering there. So, yeah, can I probably kick my weight loss in the seat of the pants if I decide to eliminate, sweets and all of that shit? Yeah, I could. Probably. But, like I said, I want to eat the foods I like to eat. So right now I'm doing 3 24-hour fasts a week. Haven't been able to do a 36 this past week. Just no willpower, I guess, on that. But you can eat what you want to eat. Just don't, use your brain a little. That's all. If you sit down and you eat a whole bag of potato chips, you might not want to eat for a while after that. I recommend the formula I use is for every 120 calories ish. This is all guesstimation. I no longer count my calories, I just guesstimate. For every 125-ish calories that you eat in a sitting, like say you sit down and you have a 400 calorie couple of cookies, basically. It's about what it works out to, 400 to 500 calories for a couple of cookies. Basically, you don't want to eat anything for 4 hours after that while you burn that fucking shit up. Unless, of course, you're doing some strenuous activity. If you're out, if you're on one of them treadmill motherfuckers, then you could probably burn it off a little quicker than that. But if you're like me and you're generally in a sedentary state, if not, just walking around or something, then you want to wait about 4 hours. I find even with exercise, wait the same amount of time because who cares if you burn off a little extra? It's always better to err on the side of burning more calories than on the side of just fucking, trying to get the exact amount of food that you can get, the maximum. No, you don't want to do that. And leaving that aside, you do want to include some of your normal fucking foods. You don't want to just eat junk all the time. Can you lose weight eating junk? Yeah, it's already been proven in a study. Just Google the Twinkie diet. But you're not going to feel good that way. If that's all you're eating is junk, then you're going to feel like shit. So mix in some good proteins and, salads every once in a while. I've been slacking on that, I admit that freely, but, I eat, whole grain bread and stuff like that and oatmeal. And but I also eat donuts and cookies and cheesecake. I eat what I like. I eat a lot of pasta too. I eat a lot of refined carbs still. Now, a lot of people preach that carbs are bad and they're destroying your life, but the fact of the matter is I feel fine. I have abundant amounts of energy, especially when I'm fasting. I get hungry every day. It's almost my body is into a fucking routine where I get hungry every day around the 20 to 21 hour mark, somewhere in there. Sometimes I go to 23, and generally in that time I make a decision. Do I want to bother eating now? And most of the time that's what I do. I just go ahead and, hey, I'm hungry, I'll eat. And then I generally have maybe a 4 hour-ish eating window after that, and then I stop, and I'm done for the day. And then I go back to water and black coffee. So, when you ask me if you can fucking eat junk or what you do about the cravings, I find that if you deny your cravings, they just get worse. And you say, fuck this diet, and you throw it in the fucking trash can, and then you just go out and you just fucking pig out and go nuts and stuff as much fucking fucked up shit in your face as you can till you look at the scale and you want to fucking die. Don't do that, alright? Feed your cravings. That's right. I'm sitting here telling you can lose weight and have the food you like. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. You're not going to do it overnight. As I've said before, it takes time. Take your time. A couple of pounds a week. It works. That's all I'm saying. It's been working for me. Now, you're going to plateau from time to time as you get down. Like after the 50-pound mark, which for me, given that I didn't start, I wasn't morbidly obese when I started. I was just obese by the technical fucking Dietary Association of the motherfucking government's stupid standards. I was obese. Now I am considered overweight. I'm at the bottom end of overweight right now. Another 10 pounds or so and I will be considered a healthy weight. Now that's, remains to be seen because, I'm getting a little skinny in parts of me. My legs, arms, and face are pretty fucking thin right now. Still got the gut. Still got some titty action. But, another 10 pounds and I think I'm going to call it a day. And, so what if I don't get to abs? I'd like to get abs. But if you want abs, you've got to be willing to drop those sweets and shit that you're craving. You got to be willing to go to the gym and do regular toning, lifting, and resistance training. And you've got to be willing to eat healthy proteins, healthy carbs, and build your muscles that way. You're not going to build a whole lot of muscle if you're eating donuts all the time or some shit. You need your proteins, you need your carbs, and you need the good carbs, not the shitty carbs. So, if you're along those lines, if you're on this channel looking for that, I'm not here to teach you how to do that. I'm not here to share an experience where I've become muscular. If I notice improvements in those departments doing this, then by all means I will share it. I did say that once I get to my goal weight, I'm going to bulk. And I'm going to do some resistance training and try and transform the parts of my body where I've lost a little bit of muscle because I haven't gone to the gym enough. And like I've said before, the way to prevent that, and I know because I did it, is to go and do resistance training. Just go, move some weight at least once a week, if not twice a week. You don't have to go 3 times a week. Do a full body once a week until you're tired, until you're exhausted, you can't do any more reps. And you're done. Your muscles have been exercised, then give yourself a week to heal. And it's the healing process is the most important part in building muscle, from what I've researched. So it's not all about beating yourself up in the gym every day. You got to have adequate rest, sleep, and nutrition to build muscle. All you're doing in the gym is tearing your muscle down. So, but like I said, if that's your goal, if you want to be, on the cover of fucking Men's Fitness magazine or some shit, then you're gonna have to watch your cravings a little. But if you're like me and you just want to not be fat, then you can eat what you want. And that goes to long-term sustainability. How long can you fucking go before you just gotta eat a whole goddamn Domino's pizza or some shit? How long? So give in to your cravings and do it right. Make sure you get your fasting in there. 3 24s a week is not unreasonable with 16s on the other. Some people find that for some reason they're disturbed by that. 3 days a week you're not eating. Holy shit! No, it's not the deal. You're still getting all your food. You're still getting all your calories. You're just changing around, and you're putting yourself in a deficit by the 3 24-hour fasts a week. It's not a daily deficit, and your weight is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. You're going to go fucking nuts looking at that scale. The best time to look at the scale, at the tail end of a fast, when you just wake up in the morning, you took your morning piss, go in, weigh yourself, because you want a dehydrated weight. And that's usually when you're the most dehydrated, at the tail end of a fast, the morning you wake up. That is where you will get a good baseline, because I've seen my weight jump 6 pounds in a day. And it's physically impossible to gain that much fat in a day. Your body takes a while to do it. And that's accounting for water weight. That's accounting for the shit that's sitting in your stomach being digested. There's all kinds of factors involved in that scale number. So it really doesn't boil down to that as much as how many inches around your waist you got and how you look when you look in the mirror. If you're eye fucking yourself in the mirror and you're not happy with what you see, then you need to work on it. You can watch the scale to dictate kind of your fasting ritual too. When I see that my weight's jumped up 5 or 6 pounds, I know somewhere in there is at least could be a pound of fat. So I need to up my fasting times to make up for when I, of going nuts. And if you know you're going to go nuts, if you know you're going to have a big binge where you go to restaurants and you're eating with all your friends, then you're going drinking later that night, prepare for it. The day before, fast. Do a nice long 24, or if you can swing it, do a 36. A 36 will cancel out pretty much anything you do. I'm telling, unless you're eating until you're fucking sick, you're eating 5,000 calories. If you do a 36, either before or after that, preferably after usually, is because, what if you do it and then you end up not eating enough the next day? It'll average out. All your calorie intake averages out over time. Your body isn't on this 24-hour clock of what you eat in a day. It's a gradual process. It could take a couple fucking days to lose or gain weight. So just keep that in mind. Oh, wait, before I do that. I want to thank my new subscribers. I see the channel's growing, and that makes me happy. You're helping me out a lot by watching and sharing my videos, and I appreciate it. I also appreciate all the comments. Keep the questions coming. I'll address them here and there with videos like I did with this particular one. Keep your experiences coming. I like hearing about people that are having success. It helps keep me motivated to continue to use this. I feel like we're all in this together in some fucking weird way. I hope everybody is finding my information useful to help you with your weight loss goals. It's definitely, even if whether you're morbidly obese and you want to try and lose a lot of weight, or whether you're just one of them, you took it a little too hard over the past year, you gained 20 pounds, so you want to drop those 20 pounds back and get to a better place. Intermittent fasting works in either situation. It's a question of discipline. If you can keep the discipline of doing your fasts together and keeping those fasts proportional to what you're eating. If you are stuffing your face and you know you're pounding in them calories, you're doing probably 3 to 4,000 calories a day when you eat, then yes, you need longer fasts. If you're only doing 1,500 calories a day and you're eating like a fucking gerbil and you're healthy, you can get by with the 16-hour fasts. 24s I find are the nice balance, and that's about the range I've been trying to stay the most in. There's times when I'm like, fuck, I really need to do a 36-hour fast. And that's when you're going to restaurants, there's a lot of calorie dense junk and shit that you're going to eat. They pound that food right in you. There's a reason we have an obesity epidemic in this country, and it's because when you go into a restaurant, they don't give you normal fucking portions. They give you enough to feed 2 to 3 people on one plate. And then if you throw an appetizer and a dessert in there, next thing you know, you've eaten 2 days worth of food in one meal. By the amount of calories you're supposed to take that you're going to burn. Unless you're like a major athlete and, you're burning a lot of extra calories, it's really insane the amount of food that everyone eats. So remember, it's not really as much what you are eating. That affects health factors, yes. If you eat nothing but junk all the time, you might have a health issue or two. But if you're okay with that and you like to enjoy your food, then by all means enjoy your food. There's still too much food fear going on out there. There's too much of gluten this or processed food that or this fucking, they put sand in my cheeseburger or my Pop-Tarts are filled with fucking GMO fucking wheat or the cow that I fucking ate had a fucking steroid needle shoved up his ass. All of these things that people are scared of are just getting out of control. Come on. I've been eating this shit my whole life. I'm almost 40. My health is fine. What the hell? I've been overweight. And the reason I've been overweight is because of how much I eat, not the shit that I've been eating. And I used to drink Mountain Dew and do all of that. I did quit that. There are some things that you can cut out that will help a lot. And cutting out sodas and just drinking water and black coffee, I'm telling you, that's half the battle right there. The first 10 pounds I lost is when I cut down on that kind of shit. And that was before I started dieting. There was a time when I got up to 255. I started this dieting around 245. I think it was 244.5 was my starting weight. So, and now I've been hovering around the 194 mark. Sometimes higher, sometimes lower. So just keep all that in mind. Use common sense when picking your foods, And fast according to the foods that you eat. The more calories you're pounding, the more fasting you have to do to average it out. So, remember, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just an asshole. And like and subscribe. Share. I want to help as many people as I can to know that there's another way of losing weight that doesn't involve kicking your ass and eating like a fucking gerbil or whatever eats non-genetically fucking modified corn, starch, lettuce, or burgers that have no steroids or shit in them. Oh, and pesticides, and you're getting exposed to all that shit anyway, just walking around outside. Quit fucking around. Have a nice fucking day.